Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of the Hillside Gardener. Today I have a couple things for you. I just want to talk a little bit about the change of the seasons. As many people may know, or maybe you don't know, most plants in the fall will go dormant, enter a stage or a period of dormancy for a little bit, which they virtually just don't grow, they'll drop their leaves, they'll be suspended in time. What most people don't realize is that at the 10 hours of daylight threshold, most plants are then triggered by nature to start either producing more sap. The sap will start running up from the roots in the case of many trees, birds, insects, mosses, etc., are actually triggered by the amount of daylight that has occurred on a daily basis to get them ready for saying, hey, spring's around the corner, let's start doing what we need to do to get ready for spring, whether that be start drawing more moisture into their cells, like I mentioned, letting the sap and everything start running from the roots back into the actual branches, the trunk structures, etc., just to get things going. In my area, it's about January 23rd is when we get exactly 10 hours of daylight, transitioning from the winter into the springtime, but it's still not really noticeable. But right about Valentine's Day is right around the corner. I like to think about February 10th to about February 13th, at least for me, we start getting about 10 and a half hours of daylight, and that's when I actually start noticing a difference as far as driving to work, driving home. You can tell, like, hey, I've gotten this much farther on the way to work or school, and the sun's just a little bit higher in the sky. And you get that little bit of spring fever, like, hey, the sun's starting to come back out again. It's not dark all the time. Maybe you get a couple random warm days mixed in. We had one day it was 70 degrees randomly, first week of February. Next day it was 33, back to normal. And it has been raining and cold the last 4 days, so you gotta take the warm days when you get a chance. And on that note, here's what happened. This past weekend, it's about 48 degrees, which to me is pretty warm considering how cold, rainy, and just windy it's been and overcast. We had a nice actual sunny day, 48 degrees. So I was at my grandparents' house, and he has a lot of woodlands behind his house there. So I went for a nature walk. Just hiking on some trails I've been on, 1,000 times in my lifetime. Just walking around, exploring, just enjoying being outside for once and not cooped up in the house. And I decided I'd take a little bit off the beaten path, and I zigged when I normally would have zagged, whatever. And I went up the side of this hill, and I come across there's a nice ravine, I guess, that's been carved out by the water. And across this ravine, a tree had fallen, and in between the two hills was perfectly braced to make a bridge. Yeah, so I was like, I'm gonna go across that. Why not? Have some fun, explore, enjoy things. So I'm like, all right, let's go halfway across this thing, and I decided I'm just gonna sit down. It was a nice day, so I had to sit down, and you look down below, there's about 30-40 foot drop. You start kind of second guessing yourself, like this maybe wasn't the best idea, but I was safe. The tree's not going anywhere. It was a huge tree. I was perfectly fine sitting on the tree. So I'm just sitting there enjoying it. You hear the water running below you. There are some birds actually making some noise. Other than that, it was dead quiet, peaceful, just a early spring, late winter, what have you. It was a perfect little situation. So I was just sitting there for a while, I was taking it all in, and I looked down just in front of me, and on top of this log, let me show you what I found. All right, you see those seeds right there? Yeah, there's 5 of these seeds. They were just laying there on top of the log right in front of me. And if you can see, they're a oval, copper almost color, and very shiny of all things. They're actually, if you can pick that up on the camera, they're really shiny, and they just kind of catch the light and kind of sparkle a little bit. So I thought those are really cool. I have an idea of what they may be. I sort of have an idea, but not 100%. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to plant these seeds right here with you guys, and we're going to just watch them grow. And then we're going to try to figure out what they are. We're going to try to identify this tree. Maybe it's a plant. I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure they may be tree seeds. Pretty confident in that matter. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna plant these today. Just some pre-moistened soil, repurposed food container, holes already plugged in for you guys. So let's put 5 seeds planted today, February 12th. Go ahead and tap these guys in. I'll give these guys a little bit of water here in a little bit. Set these in the windowsill. No need to put them on a heating mat or anything like that. These are wild seeds. They'll do just fine without a heating mat. They have for a long time without our help, if you know what I mean. And when they feel like coming up, they're gonna come up. I'll post a update if and when they ever do sprout. Fingers crossed. I hope we get at least one of them to sprout. But here's what I want you guys to do. Take a look at those seeds. Do some research on your own. If you think you know what they might be, post a comment down below. Give your best guess and we will learn together. I will not give my comment or my guess or anything. I don't want to try to influence anybody's decision or kind of steer your research or anything like that. But what we're going to do is, like I said, we're just going to plant these right now like I did. Let them get warm in the inside. Hopefully they catch some sunshine. Hopefully they grow. And we will find out what they are together. Because it's still February and you have to have something fun to do, or else you will go stir crazy waiting for spring, which is still at least 2 months away. Maybe longer for some people that live farther north. And I totally understand how you feel, because I used to live way up north and winters get very long. And if you're an outside person like myself, you kind of start losing your mind a little bit. So you got to find little things to kind of keep you sane, if you know what I mean. So on that note, like I said, a simple nature walk turned into finding some mystery seeds here, which is a big thing with me. I just like planting random things and seeing if they'll grow. That being said, I'd like to encourage everybody, when you do get those warm days, walk around your neighborhood. You know, take a nature walk around your neighborhood. It doesn't have to be out in the woods. You don't have to get off the beaten path. You don't need to drive into the mountains and get lost and hope you can find your way home just to enjoy nature. This is my my little update for this week. Hope you guys have a great day. Go plant something random and see what happens. We'll catch you next time. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment, tell your friends, or don't. That's up to you. See you guys.